Rolley Romero swore he'd destroy Pitbull Cruz, promising chaos, carnage, and a highlight reel knockout for the ages. But when the bell rang, all that swagger turned into panic, and the hunter became the hunted.
This right here is my good luck charm. It's Pitbull Cruz.
Rolley Romero had always been loud, not confident loud, chaotic loud that makes headlines, sells tickets, and convinces people you're better than you actually are. He strutted into press conferences calling Isaac Pitbull Cruz a chihuahua, laughing like he was already the winner. To casual fans, he was entertainment. To Cruz, he was just noise. While Rolley was busy building hype, Cruz was building calluses. No slick talk, no drama, just sweat and silence. Every time reporters asked him about Rolley's trash talk, he barely reacted. Just a nod, a deadpan stare, maybe a calm, "We'll see." That was it. But behind that stillness was a storm waiting to break. Because when one man talks and the other just trains, you already know who's in trouble. Rolley's rise wasn't fueled by dominance, it was fueled by attention. His career had been a highlight reel of overconfidence and controversy. He was never the cleanest technician or the sharpest strategist, but he was loud, wild, and unpredictable. And that made him marketable. In boxing, noise sells, and Rolley sold plenty. He called himself a mix of Mayweather's swagger and Deontay Wilder's power, but the truth, he was neither. He had the mouth of Floyd, the composure of a street fight, and the defense of an open door.
Cruz is already in cruise control for that. It's one.
Isaac Pitbull Cruz was the complete opposite. A man of few words born in Mexico City, raised on grit and discipline. His nickname wasn't for show. He fought like one. Low stance, relentless forward motion, pure aggression. He didn't waste punches or words. He fought like every round was personal. Cruz's story wasn't built in front of cameras. It was built in dark gyms, long runs, and sparring wars that would break most men. The world really noticed him when he faced Gervonta Davis. Everyone expected Davis to walk through him, but Cruz didn't just show up. He went toe-to-toe with one of boxing's most dangerous punchers. He didn't win on paper, but he won the crowd. That fight changed everything. Cruz wasn't just a hard hitter anymore. He became a problem no one wanted to solve. Short, compact, built like a bulldog, and impossible to discourage. His punches weren't wild. They were calculated wrecking balls. Every movement was economical, efficient, deliberate, like a tank that learned ballet, precise but destructive. The build-up to the Cruz fight became a test of character as much as skill. On one side, a loudmouth who sold millions with his words. On the other, a quiet storm sharpening his weapons in silence. The contrast was cinematic. Fans didn't just see a fight brewing, they saw a moral clash. Flash versus focus, noise versus nerve.
Chihuahua, poodle. He kind of looks like a pug right now, so yeah, he's a little fat right now. So I mean, self-explanatory.
By the time Fight Week arrived, Rolley was still doing interviews like it was stand-up comedy. And Cruz, still quiet, still composed. No theatrics, no headlines. Trash talk is fun until the trash starts talking back with its fists. And Rolley Romero? He didn't just talk trash, he built a whole real estate empire on it. By fight night, the tension felt electric. The arena was split in two. Half the crowd came for chaos. The other half came for karma. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and somewhere in between, Rolley Romero looked like the happiest man in the world. Still smiling, still sure he'd make good on every word he'd ever barked. Then the bell rang.
Davis, Cruz took Davis the 12-round distance. Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, commented.
Round one. Rolley came out like he'd been shot from a cannon, arms flailing, feet flying, throwing haymakers like a man trying to punch through history itself. He looked wild, explosive, confident for about 30 seconds. Then Cruz moved. A subtle slip, a quick pivot, a counterhook that sounded like someone slammed a door on Rolley's ego. The crowd gasped, commentators chuckled, and suddenly all that pre-fight comedy wasn't so funny anymore.
He's bringing the power to 140 pounds.
By round 2, the mood had shifted. The lights felt hotter, the energy heavier. Rolley's swagger was starting to leak out through his footwork. He tried jabbing, resetting, anything to find rhythm, but Cruz wasn't giving him an inch. Every punch Rolley threw came back with interest. A right hand over the top, a hook to the ribs, another to the jaw. You could feel Rolley's confidence crumble one counter at a time.
Yeah, he's a hard guy to tie up Cruz on the inside because he's there so often.
Extremely well, Cruz. That was a devastating overhead right from Romero. And well.
Then came rounds 3 and 4, the meat grinder rounds. Cruz wasn't just fighting, he was dissecting. Every step forward was pressure. Every punch had purpose. Hooks, uppercuts, body shots that sounded like they hurt through the TV screen. Rolley kept moving backward, but Cruz didn't chase. He hunted, calm, patient, ruthless. By round 5, Rolley was fading. The same mouth that never stopped moving was now gasping for air. His punches lost sting. His balance vanished. His eyes screamed the truth his ego never could. This wasn't the script I wrote.
Nice jab again.
And then came the collapse. Round 8, Cruz pressed him to the ropes. Rolley tried to clinch, but Cruz broke free with a vicious combination. Body, head, body, head. Every punch was a receipt for every word Rolley ever said. The crowd stood up. The referee stepped closer. Rolley's head snapped back from a clean right hand, and that was it. The referee jumped in. Fight over.
Cruz continues to walk down Romero again, latches the right hand.
Silence. Not the kind of silence where people are shocked. The kind where everyone just collectively realizes they watched arrogance get exercised in real time. Rolley stood there, blinking, lost, sweat mixing with disbelief. The same guy who promised destruction had just been destroyed. The post-fight scene looked less like a boxing interview and more like a man trying to talk his way out of a car crash he clearly caused. Rolley Romero, face swollen, lip busted, pride shattered, was still trying to sound like the guy who'd promised destruction just days before. The mic came up, and with a straight face he said, "Jesus was resurrected. I'll be back." The internet did not let that slide. The same energy he put into trash talk before the fight was now getting fired back at him in meme form. Poetic justice, served with Wi-Fi speed.
He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is the new WBA super lightweight champion of the world, un orgulloso guerrero mexicano, Isaac Pitbull.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the chaos, Pitbull Cruz walked out of that arena like a man who didn't just win a fight, but earned a legend. No flashy quotes, no fake humility, just respect. Mexican boxing fans started treating him like a working-class hero. He wasn't the loudest, the flashiest, or the richest. He was real. The kind of fighter who doesn't need a PR team because his punches handle the publicity. Rolley's mouth sold the fight, but Cruz's fists sold the lesson. And that's the kind of irony boxing fans live for. Then came the bigger ripple, what this fight meant. Because this wasn't just a beatdown, it was a message. A line in the sand between real fighters and social media performers. You could almost call it the death of fake confidence. For years, boxing's been crawling with fighters who think a viral clip can replace discipline. Flashy call-outs, trash talk, rented Lambos. It sells, sure. But the ring doesn't care about your followers. Cruz reminded everyone of that. He didn't need to trend before the fight. He just showed up, silent, focused, and left with everyone's attention. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to get more updates.